Virgo, welcome to your reading. So really interesting. I usually start with Taurus when I record. And for some reason, I started with you. And it caught me off guard a little bit when I started saying Virgo. So I actually restarted the video. So let's see what is happening in your world. Lies versus truth. There's something about being able to see the truth, but you couldn't before. What you were seeing, what you were hearing, observing, all of it was not what it seemed. So looking here, bottom of the deck, Five of Cups, that pretty much sums it up. I mean, this is about seeing things from a different perspective. That Five of Cups energy is, instead of focusing on those 3 cups that have spilled over that are in front of you, focus on the 2 cups that are still standing behind you, because those 3 cups that are spilled over, those are things that you either weren't seeing correctly or didn't need anymore in your life. But the 2 cups behind you, this is really where your focus needs to be right now. And so there's something about that lies versus truth. It's a very interesting phrase that was given to me. So when I look at your current energy here, these two actually have equal weight. I'm getting the Death card influenced by the Sun. This is a very strong influence. Things are changing for you. That Death card, it's endings, it's new beginnings. With the Sun showing up, there's a lot of hope and a lot of optimism connected to whatever is changing here. It feels like this is, it's some sort of change in your circumstances, but this is connected to the lies versus truth. It feels like your eyes are opening up. You're seeing and witnessing a lot more than you used to. It's about seeing more than just the details in front of you. It's really being able to see kind of a 360, everything that's happening around you. I'm getting a lot of context clues. There's things where if you're unsure how to take a situation or a person's words, actions, things like that, put it in context. What was going on at the time. It's not about isolating the words or isolating the actions. It is keeping it in context to understand what was the full meaning. And then from there, you'll be able to figure out somebody's true intentions. That feels really significant. This is what's changing within you, being able to kind of see things from that perspective. We have another 5. So we have the 5 of Cups, we have the Death card, and now we have the 5 of Swords. There's a lot of change that's taking place right now. And so the 5 of Swords is about you resolving some sort of conflict. And so what the universe wants you to do here is really reconcile that lies versus the truth, your perception versus reality. There's something about finding a way to make it all kind of come together, understanding where you might have misunderstood things or misapplied information here. That's the conflict the universe wants you to really resolve. 8 of Wands showing up in your past energy. So the 8 of Wands is a card of movement. This is also communication. More movement is coming through with this energy. That might have been part of the problem with the perception versus reality, the lies versus the truth. It could be that you were moving at such a fast pace that you weren't able to absorb all of the information or really understand the full meaning and context behind everything. But you're being given this opportunity to take a look back and see what happened at this time, at the time that you were moving so fast that you maybe just didn't have the energy or the ability to see everything holistically, and now you do. Now you can see it for what it is. When I look at your strength here, I'm getting the 7 of Swords with the 4 of Wands. 7 of Swords, 4 of Wands, this feels like it's that reconciliation in your mind where you're able to start to discern fact versus fiction, and you're able to find a reason to celebrate, really understand the full meaning of things. There's something about you kind of doing this, finding a way to blend all of this together, really make sense of the entire situation. So I'm getting a very strong sense that in the recent past, because you were kind of confusing fact and fiction, it made it really difficult for you to kind of mentally reconcile what was happening here. It just didn't make sense to you on some level. And now you are able to make sense of it. And because this is showing up as your strength, this does indicate that this is a lesson I'm definitely getting hard learned, but well learned. So there's something where you're going to incorporate this lesson. This is going to be with you, and it's going to be pretty dominant for a while, where you're going to start being able to understand the differences where people are maybe gaslighting you or lying to you or manipulating you in some sort of way versus telling you the absolute truth versus you misunderstanding a situation. That it feels like that is all going to become less significant because you are going to understand all of the context around you. In your near future, we do have the Knight of Cups showing up. So this is about you going after what you want. That Knight of Cups is another movement card, but it feels like when you're taking any kind of steps or action at this point, because you are able to figure out fact versus fiction, this really does help you figure out what those steps are that you need to take. It's not about just moving forward for the sake of moving forward. It feels like that's what was happening here in the past. Like you had to go in such a hurry that you weren't really able to take the time. Now you will. The Knight of Cups is a slower moving energy. It's about focusing on what matters, and this is what you're going to be doing now. When I look at the external influences here, I'm getting the Six of Cups with the Seven of Wands. And so there might be something connected to children here, any kind of resistance connected to children or fighting and standing up for some sort of children here. But there is a heartbreak that is also kind of coming into play. So there might be old wounds. I'm definitely getting a sense of old wounds here with that Six of Cups energy, where it's something that's coming to the surface. I'm getting the word reconciliation. It doesn't feel like that's going to happen now. But if you are on a path with another person and you are in some sort of separation mode right now, it does feel like that you're going to cross paths with this person again. There could be an opportunity for reconciliation, but what is coming really front and center right now is you being able to understand what is happening here, understand where any kind of misunderstandings may have occurred, what was the cause of those, being able to put everything into its rightful context here. It's going to help you understand and heal from something here in the past, something that led to a heartbreak with that Three of Swords energy. Sitting in your hopes or fears, we have the Empress showing up. So this is Venus energy. This is about you coming together with another person. So if you are looking for a reconciliation, it's showing up here that way. I'm getting more of a sense of transformation with this energy. And so in this one, you can actually see that the Empress is pregnant. So that is the transformation. You're literally giving birth to something new. You're ready to kind of enter into and fully embrace this next chapter. And when I look at the potential outcome here, I'm getting the Three of Wands. So you're on a journey, but it feels like you made a really big leap at this point. The steps that you're embarking on right now feel really gigantic. There's something where it's really significant. This understanding and this learning right now feels really pivotal. Clarifying the death in the sun is the Nine of Cups. Love to see that. So this transformation, the hope, the optimism connected to it, what's transforming is actually you. But it's you opening yourself up to a lot of possibilities here. That Nine of Cups is your wishes, is your just dreams that you want to pursue. And so I like the way that this is showing up because it's putting you more in alignment with those dreams and not creating any kind of resistance to those. With the Five of Swords, I'm getting the Knight of Cups. Oh, I love this because the Knight of Cups is down here twice. Knight of Cups, this is about pursuing something that you want. Could be moving towards another person because I was getting the word reconciliation when I was focused on the external cards. So if it's about resolving some sort of inner conflict so that you can go after a specific person, this is where things are starting to click into place for you. And it's really putting you up and setting you up to succeed in that way because you're not going to go into this kind of reconciliation mindset if that's what you want. You're not going to go into it with like this wounded victim mentality. You're not going to be. You're really healing and doing the work that you need to do so that when you go and approach this person again, you're more level-minded, you feel very grounded and centered and feel like, okay, this is possible. And it's possible because I'm coming into it from a very healthy mindset. With that Eight of Wands showing up in the past, we do have the Six of Pentacles. So Eight of Wands, Six of Pentacles, it feels like I'm getting a lot of messages. So one is chasing. There's some sort of chasing that was taking place here in the past. And it feels like one, you were chasing some sort of coin. You might have been going after something that you really wanted. You were putting yourself out there in every possible way with that Six of Pentacles energy. You were being very generous and open and available. But it feels like there was something about the way that you were being open and available that really prevented you from making the progress that you thought you were making or that you thought you would make as a result of doing this. And it was because you weren't understanding that full context. And so you're getting that now. One of the other messages I got here was you also ran from a situation where you were being encouraged to be more open and available and generous with your time, all of those things. And so I'm getting both. You were pursuing a dream or you were pursuing a goal with an idea that things would lead a certain way, and then it didn't. And so that's kind of where you are right now. But you also ran away from something here in the past that really kind of called on you to be this open and available. With the Seven of Swords and the Four of Wands, I'm getting the Ace of Wands. I love this. So this whole new way of seeing things and understanding everything, this definitely feels like it's connected to all of the Aquarius energy that we have going on right now. It's really sparking some sort of action on your part. You're really going after things in a more balanced, equal way. It's all the work that you're doing, everything that you're absorbing and being able to see all of it from that different perspective just makes such a difference right now. Okay. So clarifying the Knight of Cups is the Sun. So that really wanted to come out. I love how this is showing up for you. This is about you feeling very inspired and wanting to go after exactly what is going to make you the happiest here with that Knight of Cups energy, clarified by the Sun, and that's all your hope and optimism. It's showing up in your current, it's showing up in the near future, so it feels like you're very inspired right now to take some sort of action based on all of this new information that you have. With the Six of Cups, the Seven of Wands, I'm getting the King of Cups. I love this, because this tells me that you're healing. The King of Cups energy is a very emotionally mature person. And so when you're looking back at the situation, because now you're putting things into their context, and as you're doing it, you're being able to see the impact that it's had on you. You're processing through those emotions. You're not compartmentalizing. You're not dealing with it in that way. You're not even kind of ignoring it. You really are addressing whatever needs to be addressed here because you feel like it's in your best interest to do it. It's not that somebody else is telling you to do it or anything like that. You feel very inspired to take this kind of action for yourself. With the Three of Swords is the World. So that pain, that heartache, yeah, that's coming to an end. That's exactly what this is all about. Everything that you're doing, everything that you're learning right now, this is really putting you on like a better, more grounded and centered path for yourself. Clarifying the Empress is the King of Swords here. So King of Swords, I mean, a lot of clarity, a lot of letting go, a lot of knowing what you need to do to heal and transform. And this is what you're looking for. You want to be able to put things in the right context. You do want to be able to see things clearly. You don't want to misunderstand a situation. Clarifying the Three of Wands is the Lovers. So that reconciliation, I mean, it looks like you're going down this path and it feels like you're taking some sort of action to go down this path, but you're also being very patient at the same time. What you're trying to do here is really go towards somebody that is going to be significant for you. You're not looking for something casual or lighthearted. It's going to be something that is meaningful, has that kind of spiritual connection. So I like how that is playing out for you. And even if it's not a reconciliation, what you're doing is really healing from the past. And so that's going to open you up to new possibilities in the future. If romance is not top of mind for you, the Lovers is Gemini. Gemini does represent choice. And so it's about you having to make some sort of choice, but also taking your time going down that path, looking for all the right context clues, all that right information so that you can make the best choice for yourself. So Virgo, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.